Oh, I'm here. I'm Paul. What's up?
Yes.
I'm just gonna start doing like Illuminati hand signs, so that way, if we ever become famous, people will just like put up an old episode, be like, "See, look, they sold out. Look at it. Look at his hands in episode 15. He's clearly signaling that they've joined they've made the oath."
Would you go to an Illuminati party though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Word.
Invite me. I'm trying to get in. I want to sell out.
They probably have great food. And,
I bet you it's good food.
yeah, like really good.
But it's catered well.
Like lobster mac and cheese.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that Diddy party, they definitely had lobster mac and cheese.
Definitely.
If you have all that baby oil, I think you can have lobster mac, right?
Yeah.
The food's probably pretty cheap because they're using some sort of like child labor to make it.
Yes.
Fair
All
point.
the cooks are children.
Now, on all that tussie, are you hungry? Or does the tussie knock the appetite out of you?
The Tussie.
That's what they were all doing at Diddy's house, right?
What is Tussie?
Yeah.
Tussie was like that pink Coke.
Oh, Tussie.
Yeah, I think was I saying it wrong? I don't know.
No, that's okay. If
No,
you
that's
know
how we
it, that's
say
a
it.
problem.
That's how we say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the problem, actually.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I'm like, you're talking about Tussie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
my shit.
Yes. It's like, I think it's just like Coke mixed with Molly and Viagra. That's what it is.
If it is, I was using it wrong.
I think that's just what it is.
Okay.
I was using it as like eyeshadow.
Yeah. Say, I'm a pretty girl now with a boner. All right, so we're here, CO16. I said CO because I'm trying to be cool. With Paul
Yeah.
Kubrak, the Iowa native, traveled all the way to New Jersey on foot, horse and buggy,
Wait.
to do comedy. So we're going to have your thing underneath, your credentials.
We have
Right,
the
right.
king of Iowa here, folks.
Yeah.
The king of Iowa came all the way to New Jersey to do our podcast. We have royalty here.
Who else is like
Who's a
famous Iowa?
Yes, you're from Iowa. Who's your go? Who do the people of Iowa look to as this is our person?
I mean, I don't really look up to her, but Caitlin Clark probably.
Okay,
Okay,
so
but
that's
that's
a more
new,
modern
though.
one.
That's
Who's
new.
a
It's
classic
recent. Yeah, yeah.
Iowa?
I think she's the only one.
No.
She's the only one that made it out.
So she
and accomplished
actually
something.
went. So she's from Iowa and then went to college in Iowa.
Yes.
Whoa.
Interesting.
I thought you just went there.
Yeah, I didn't realize she was also an Iowa native.
Yeah, she grew up from the dirt.
The dirt.
That's how
Are
a
you
lot of
allowed
people
to
come
be
from.
more of an Angel Reese fan since you're from Iowa? Is that allowed, or are you banned? Is that why you live here now because you like Angel Reese more than Caitlin Clark?
Yes.
Is that why you had to move?
Yeah, I said, look, she had a lot of rebounds that game, and they stormed out like with pitchforks. They came into my castle, the King's Castle.
King right in.
You guys probably have hella land.
There's so much land. There's
Like-
so much soil. There's
Like a house, but like you got like a big ass yard and you don't even know what to do with it, kinda, I'm assuming.
yeah. My first place that I lived in Iowa, 6 years old. We had a yard like half an acre,
Wow.
and there's a fucking cornfield past it.
Nice.
So you could kind of make your way into the corn?
Yeah.
Did you ever do a corn maze before? Have you ever been to one of those? I see them in TVs and movies. I've never been to one myself.
Right.
Yeah.
They got those in Jersey.
Oh, we've got all sorts of shit in Jersey.
Yeah, you could pay and get lost in a cornfield and get angry.
But it's not like an authentic corn.
No,
field,
no,
like
they
a
built
real
it for
Iowa.
it's tourism. It's
fake
a
corn?
tour field.
Your corn's fake here, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Oh yeah, do you guys? You must hate now. Do you guys hate Jersey corn as Iowa? You're like, hey, screw you guys. This is our thing.
Well, we're the Garden State, so you better come correct.
yeah,
also.
we are the Garden State.
Look, I tried to spread the great word of New Jersey growing up because both my parents, my family are from here.
Whoa.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So I had a weird childhood because both my parents not from Iowa at all.
And what brought them to Iowa? Do you know? Or just job? I assume work. I guess.
Hit and run, and they just like we're like, let's just go as far as we can.
It's not hiding from the mob because you come back here, so it's not like it's not like they've run amok of the mafia and had to flee.
Yeah. Too many children, they couldn't afford it or something.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I
though.
don't know how anybody affords anything over here.
Yeah, I went to Wisconsin. They got like big houses for cheaper than here, and you get like more land and shit. It's just farther to a convenience store. Am I on the nose?
You said Wisconsin?
Yeah. It's not Iowa, but it's in the,
It is a state, right?
it is a state.
Can we fact check that?
You know, the most serial killers came from Wisconsin. In fact,
Really?
yeah. It's like a crazy amount of serial killers are from Wisconsin.
Oh.
That makes sense.
When I was in
Isn't
Chicago.
Dahmer's from
which is-
Wisconsin, right?
Yep.
Mm.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was a
Milwaukee.
Bucks fan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I always forget that.
That's his distinguishing
Yeah.
characteristic.
Oh, that guy who likes the Milwaukee Bucks? Yeah.
First, you like Giannis Antetokounmpo, then you start murdering men
Yes.
and making them into gay sex zombies.
Chicago is really close to Wisconsin. Like
Well,
it's,
yeah.
it's like a 45-minute drive.
It's almost like, why not just go live in Chicago?
Right. And then when I went to Chicago, I was with this guy. He's like our tour guide and stuff like that. And he was like, I used to shop at the same supermarket as John Wayne Gacy.
Whoa, yeah.
And he was like, what, like 15, 16 when they like caught him and stuff like that. And then they were like, oh yeah, he lived here, which like his apartment building was like right near his house. And then his supermarket was the same supermarket. So they both went, they were in the produce section at the same time.
Man, they lost a great customer to that supermarket.
I know,
'Cause that guy was fat.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Between
But
the,
he didn't eat their meat.
or is that, did Gacy eat them too? I don't
know.
remember.
I mean, you're not a real serial killer unless you're eating them.
That's
I
true.
agree.
You're a
Eat your
hack.
victims. If you're not eating your victims, what are you doing?
It's like a basketball player, an NBA player who doesn't score. They're just getting rebounds and assists.
Angel Reese.
Yeah. Listen, there's nothing better than 20 rebounds if 15 of them are off your own misses. I
That's
think
some
you
Dennis
should be
Rodman
MVP.
shit, actually.
No, Rodman was better at offense than she is. And he rebounds better.
I love
Rodman
those
got
videos.
other people's rebounds at least. She just gets her own rebounds.
Those videos are like they're like F it WNBA highlights, and they have like that Meek Mill song in the background. It's like,
Oh,
woo! So yeah, I'll be
Hold
riding
up,
through my
wait a
home.
minute.
Yeah.
I thought I was finished as they're missing layups.
Yeah, they're just like continuously missing like layups and stuff, air ball after air ball.
It's
pretty
gotten
fun.
better than it used to be.
But is it? I just feel like I never saw it.
It used to be really bad.
Although none of us actually watch the sport, we're all just like speculating.
I've
Like,
watched-
Has it improved?
I've watched.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Who was it? Alana. Alana came here once to record skits, and I had women's basketball on the TV. She could attest to
For
that.
her.
It was a bit of a performance of.
It's
no,
okay.
It was on. I just put it on and watched it. I wasn't but I wanted to see the girl from Connecticut see if she could get a championship. All right, I was
Right?
virtue signaling for the lady coming over. All right,
Pandering is cool.
I've been busted. Okay, I was trying to be hip and progressive. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You've caught me. I didn't have a true interest in the woman's game. I was trying to look like a nice guy. Sorry.
Did it work?
Yeah, well, she's friendly. Yeah.
That would be funny if she just came in like, oh, basketball's kind of gay.
No, she was like, I don't know why you watch. She was just like, why you watch women's basketball? She was like, oh, good for you, I guess. Like, she gave less of a shit than I did.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's the problem with the WNBA. Is
I
that
had to,
females
like-
don't watch basketball.
I had to explain to her, I'm like, oh, this girl, Paige Buckets, or Paige Becker, as they call her, Paige Buckets, she's really good. She's been, like, super good for the last 3 years, but she's never won a championship. And, like, in Connecticut, like, if you don't win a championship, you can't really be considered one of the greats. So she really it's her senior year, so she really has to win this, or else she's not going to be considered one of the all-time greats.
UConn, right?
Yeah.
UConn.
And I'm trying to explain this to Alana, and she no shits.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's why I have it on. I just want to see if this girl can. And I'm like,
No, that's okay.
You shouldn't
Win
see
some, lose
women
some.
that hate women more than you do.
right? And I hate them. Trust me. I hate women.
I like a couple of them.
Nah.
A couple.
This is the #1 incel podcast on the internet.
We almost had a woman on the podcast.
There was almost a woman on this show,
Can
folks.
I just go out on a limb and say that? Like, there was almost a female here today.
Almost.
Okay? So we were almost really progressive, and then we ended up with
She just got out of the van before we got here.
another white guy,
Yeah.
which is fine, which is actually pretty cool.
Drew
better. It's
Dans
better, right?
is punching air right now. He can't stand it that there's 3 white people on this podcast.
4 podcasts in a row.
Oh my God! Where is I find my white diversity? I can't stand this at all.
That has been a punchline in 4 podcasts now in a row.
I'm never gonna stop with that either. I'm relentless.
No, that's great.
Well, I even was doing that at Tommy Fox's. I was like, oh, he's
all
out being
press is
out.
good press, really.
Right?
Like he'll be all right.
We should read those messages that what's his name sent.
Yeah, can we?
Oh God, yeah, I don't know.
Or is that bad?
I don't know. I don't know if she'd want that.
Yeah, but like I
They don't like-
name bleep.
Yeah, if we don't mention anyone's name, we could just read if we just read the messages and go, as a dating thing out there, how would you as a lady feel if you got these messages
Oh,
sent
that's
to you?
good.
That's how we get away with this.
Right.
No names. As a woman, how would you feel if you got these messages?
I would hate to be a woman.
Now, you've never seen these messages yet, have you? So this is going to be
this is good for you. So you pretend you're a woman. Because you're the closest thing that we have right now.
Tuck it between your legs right now.
Yeah, show the, what do they call it?
Give us a gooch.
Moose knuckle?
Yes.
That's what they say?
That's what they say, yeah.
Right? And then you see these messages and then be like, oh my God, it would suck to be a woman because people want to have sex with me or something.
I can do that.
Okay, great. You're good at, give it up for Paul, everyone. Like it's you have a YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, well what's the channel? Tell the incels at home.
Angel Reese Lover.
Here we
Yes.
go. 45. Here we go.
Listen, I would love to go out on a date with Angel Reese. And if you're watching this, Angel Reese, which I'm sure you are, I'm sure you're a fan of the show. Why wouldn't Angel Reese be watching the show on the way to practice? I'm sure she is. So I'm speaking right to you, Angel. I'd like to take you out for a nice dinner one night.
How
if
about
you'd like
that?
to that?
How
if
about
you'd like
that?
to.
Do you
Take
think
me
you
up
could,
on that offer.
You think you could date a woman that's like 6'5", 6'4"?
Yeah, I could do it. I don't have any insecurities like that. She could pay for everything. She could walk me around on a leash if she'd like. I don't give a shit. That's fine with me. I will sit at home in her $8,000 a month apartment all night and just wait for her to come home. I don't care. That's fine. She could yell at me in public. I don't give a shit. She could smack me around probably. I'd probably put up with it.
Yeah.
Angel, this is a great deal. Angel,
Yeah,
this is a
like,
really
come
good
on.
deal.
Yeah, you get to just buy shit
Yeah.
for bread.
He's gonna be there
Yeah.
whenever you get home.
I will be there. I've got nothing going on, sweetheart. I will be there when you get home. I will be there waiting. I assure you. I have nothing happening. But Angel, if you are watching this, I'd love to take you out for a dinner. I'll pay you.
Yeah.
Even for the meal. I'm willing to pay for the meal. That's how interested I am in taking you out.
Yeah, you should get some aged,
I don't know. What do
aged
you like?
steak.
You like steak? I like steak. Maybe we'll go for a nice steak. You're a nice lady. You might like a steak.
Yeah. Picky eater, though.
I'm a very picky eater. Angel.
How do you like your steak done?
Medium rare.
Ooh, she likes it well done.
Oh, that might be a deal breaker, actually. Listen, Angel, if we could disagree on everything, but a well done steak is preposterous. I don't care where you've grown up.
I was
Well
just taking
done.
that as a race joke, so that's why I laughed. That's why I laughed.
I know Angel's preferences when it comes to steak.
Well, as long as she likes the meat white, we'll be fine.
I like a little red. A little red is good. Little red in the meat. I like that.
Yeah, I like medium. Medium rare is good as well.
And by the way, if you're worried about me, I'm 6'2.5", allegedly. So I'm tall enough. We won't look that silly.
Right.
She's not. I don't know how tall she is, so she might not be.
She's got to be like 6'5".
So we'll look cool together. I got cowboy boots, gives me another
Right.
2 inches. We'll be good. I could throw on some Timbs. We'll be cool. I got a whole matching outfit for us.
All right.
Enough of me trying to pitch myself to Angel Reese.
No, that's okay. Maybe one day we'll.
One day I hope she sees
You'll
this.
be eating
set
some
it up.
Reese's cups. And
Hey.
I hope so.
okay, so we have
I have the messages.
we have messages. So this is the problem. It's not too many females. It's female comics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you got a face, I'm sure there is some luring comedians that are like, fuck me. I'll get you a show. So that must be a horrible experience.
There's a lot of Harvey Weinstein trades going around, I'm
Okay.
sure.
Yes. So, okay, so there's, keep in mind, you're the woman.
Right.
Okay.
And we're gonna, this isn't even real.
Nope. Just a skit.
And there's no names.
No names.
And here are the messages.
So, yes. Now, you're a lady out there. somebody sends you these messages. Are you taking them up on the date, or how's this going?
Right.
Or how are you reacting to this? You get these things.
Wet.
Message 1. I totally asked you out and was told you have a boyfriend. Period. Lie. Period. Go on a date with me. Period. I promise it won't be boring. As you could tell from the lunatic message I just sent you, it certainly won't be boring. Now you don't say anything. This is immediate. There's no time gap in between this. Let's get thrown out of a bar.
Nice.
And you stole my fucking joke.
You stole my joke.
So we go from I totally asked you out and was told you have a boyfriend. Lie.
Or is lie in all caps?
No, I just figured he's yelling. He just made it a one-word sentence, so I pictured he's yelling lie.
Right.
I love that.
So you have to read the woman part.
It won't be boring. Then he says, let's get thrown out of a bar. Weird thing to say. And then accuses you of being a joke thief. By far the most offensive thing in this whole thing. Now the next comment is...
You're the woman.
Yes.
I do have a BF. Period. What joke did I steal?
Uh-huh.
And then?
I said I have not been around the block. I am the block. I fucking invented the block. Okay? Or I invented the block, bitch. It doesn't say bitch, to be fair. It just says, I fucking invented the block.
Everybody was making the wheel.
People are going to think it's me sending these messages because I'm animating this so well. Then he goes on, then you said I am the usual Italian-looking girl in Essex County, so I am not the mold. I broke the mold.
Is this guy Bane?
You fucking stole my shit.
So right now he's the block and the mold.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God.
He might be a whole house.
He invented the block, okay? You fucking stole my shit, and then... now
Is this his joke? The block and the mold?
That's the best joke he's told ever.
Probably.
I've never seen him tell a funnier joke than these messages.
That's true.
He should go on stage and only do these messages everywhere he goes.
So then I told her, I'm the mold.
Yeah, I'm the mold, bitch.
I'm not Italian.
Is there another thing after? Oh. You admitted it! You admitted it!
And I've never mentioned being from Essex County.
This guy's facts are just all wrong,
I
too.
know. I mean, what did he take notes from, like, listening to her talk? I'm fucking Irish. You're easily from Essex County. Now he's arguing with her. No, you're from Essex County. I know an Essex County girl when I fucking see one. And you're it, sweetheart. I'm like, what? You admitted it. Aha, no, you're from Essex County.
Yeah.
Now it's back to you.
Is that what it's like in Jersey? You can just like tell where people are from, which county they're from.
Apparently,
I would like to think, but I don't know.
So. I could spot a Passaic County or an Ocean County character.
Yeah, you know I'm not from...
You're not a Cumberland
Sussex.
County guy.
Yeah, I'm not a Sussex boy.
Sorry, I don't understand what joke I stole.
Yeah, she's very confused by everything happening.
Yeah,
and I
as
don't
she
blame
should
her. The stealth of the joke is the joke, dumbass. So now, mind you, I'm trying to court you with these messages.
Right.
We started with let's get thrown out of a bar and have fun to the stealth of the joke is the joke, dummy.
Yeah, these are supposed to be pickup lines.
Yes.
Right.
He wrote the stealth of the joke is the joke, dumbass. He is a fucking...
I mean, tough love will get you laid or a restraining order, whatever.
Yes.
All right, so...
Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot. There's 4 more messages he sends.
Let's go.
Okay, the stealth of the joke is the... Oh, my God. Okay. The stealth of the joke is the joke, dumbass. To immediately follow it up with, Jesus, you're so cute and have and have that resting bitch face. That is just so fun. You look so mean, and I love it.
This guy does not miss.
Jesus, whomever that guy is, he's lucky. Fuck. Whether he exists at all. He meant to put a question mark, but there's a period, I guess.
You would think somebody this insane is at least funny.
No.
But like,
now you speak finally again.
Yeah, she's like 10 times funnier than he is.
Yeah.
You're making me really uncomfortable.
No shit.
Please don't reach out again, period.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, and now he follows up with, oh, fucking get over it. You're too funny to be scared.
You're too funny to be scared.
Too funny to be scared is the line of that should be merch.
I think Freddy Krueger said that at some point.
You're too funny to be scared, sweetheart. Now let's vote. What do you think this guy looks like?
Yeah. In the comments, just give a description of what does this guy look like.
Now,
well, you don't know him.
I have no idea who these people are.
Okay, so what do you think this guy looks like?
I think he is the only way that he could.
Okay, we'll start like this.
Okay.
Black, white, Spanish.
I'm going to say a mixture of white and Spanish.
Okay.
You're not off.
Um,
You're half right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
skinny, fat, or in between, I'm losing it phase.
I'd say he's a little on the heavier side.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe 6'1.5".
6'1.5". You couldn't be more wrong, I think. Damn. That's okay.
He's short, right?
I think he's
trying
short.
to remember. Yeah, I don't see him much.
Well, he definitely, even if he's 6'5", he gives off.
Those were not 6'5" messages.
Bingo.
Those were the messages of
Bingo.
a man who has not had fun on dating apps.
Yeah.
That's a man who's heard a lot of, oh, what, you're under 5'10", you should just die messages, you know?
Glasses, no glasses. Facial hair, no facial hair.
A little bit of scruff. I'd say he wears like frameless glasses.
Is he a bald brethren or is he a hair haver?
No, he's not one of the bald brethren.
You got some of these, right?
Yeah, you got some of them right. We can't give too many details.
Yeah, he used to be a police sketch artist.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody at home is just like, yeah, he looks like this, man.
Just the most
Yeah,
ridiculous.
so
photo.
moral of the story.
Ladies, comment how hot and turned on are you by those messages? And in the comments, would you go out on that date?
Yeah, let's get thrown out of a bar is also just.
Let's take that one by itself. Let's ignore all the other lunatic shit that was said in these messages, right?
Yeah, that's the most normal thing he said.
Right? And even that's like fucking ugh. You know what I mean? Like, even if a chick said to me, hey, bro, you want to hang out tonight? Let's get thrown out of a bar. I'd be like, all right.
Yeah.
So fucking desperate, but sure.
Depends how Latina she was.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Would any girl like that line? Would that work on anybody? Like, what would I have to look like for that line to work on you?
I think 1980s, maybe that line would work a little bit.
I think that's also the problem, is I think he's from a little bit of a different generation.
Yeah, he's a little older.
He's like 85 years old.
He's not hip and young and cool like me.
All right, so
Okay.
you give me a taste of what your pickup line would be.
I've got no game.
Me neither.
I'm one of those people where you have to be around me, and somehow my personality slowly wears you down, and then all of a sudden you're just into me. I'm not I'm fat now. I look the worst I've ever looked. That's it. I'm not getting you off. Brett in this picture that we'll put up, had a little bit of a rap, could meet you the night of.
Yeah.
But now this is not meeting anybody the night of.
Right.
I'm the opposite. When you look at a word too many times,
Yeah.
you try to edit something in your phone that you're writing.
Yeah.
You look at the word what 100 times. Then you think to yourself, this combination of letters doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's
meaningless.
Me. You see me once or twice, oh, that's a normal looking human. The 50th, 60th time you see me,
I know.
Yeah?
I'm glad you said that because I'm beginning to pick up on.
So yeah, you have been here a little bit of a long time.
Yeah, I didn't notice how much of a fucking muppet you're.
I don't know. I think this guy's killing it in terms of texting. I don't think he needs to.
No, his text game is clearly on point.
We need to stop letting adults text.
Right?
Well, over 40 maybe. or whatever.
What gave this guy the confidence?
That again, there is like a thing like the envy of the confidence to send that messages is just crazy.
Maybe he was just wasted.
That's what I. What time of day was that message sent? That's a great
You got
question.
timestamps on that
There's
too?
timestamps on that. Yeah.
4 a.m.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's got to be AM.
You would think, but I have a feeling we're going to see an odd PM.
It's like
on
3
here.
p.m.
It's a very reasonable time.
Wow. No, it's 2:13 p.m. He sent the first one. That first batch were 2:13 p.m. Then she responds at 10:33 p.m. And then the later ones he might have had a few.
Good for her to
cocktails
let that
and
simmer for a while.
Let that simmer for
Yeah.
a while. It didn't.
Well, she had to think about it.
Well, to give him
He
also the
certainly-
time to
yeah.
unsend it, you know?
And no, he didn't. And
Yeah.
he actually ramped up later on. She actually responded at a worse time, I think. What do
I
you
give him a
think?
chance. I give him a chance.
Now,
She's too funny to be scared.
I got a question. Yeah, that's.
I saw them talking at a place, and she seemed scared.
Was that
But I guess-
recently?
No. It was before this.
Yeah, no, she's mentioned that. Like,
He was just
makes her
like,
nervous.
yeah, it was at like a bar, and then he was
He
just
like cornered her, right? Yeah.
I was like, oh, look at this guy. He's trying to flirt and shit like that. But I didn't know she was like running for her life. If I knew that, I would have stepped in and be like,
Don't do that.
yeah, it would have been like a hero.
Like, I don't know, from 2020 on, all I heard women talk about was like how annoying it is when they're out, like have guys like talk to them. So I'm like, all right, so I don't talk to anybody. I just assume they're just like, yeah, like I don't want to. The idea of like I don't want to be like.
Girls are also a lot more
Rejected.
pushy though today. You know,
I'd rather
Someone
not.
can-
you guys are like,
I've seen both ways. I've seen women.
Well, when
be
you're a handsome lead singer, cool guy like Ray, yes, they love you. Not me. I'm not. They're not
not
aggressive
even
at
to
all.
me, just like
Handsome
in general.
Ray over here.
No,
sure.
no.
I'd say the aggressive ones have gotten more aggressive, and the non-aggressive ones have gotten less aggressive.
But for old handsome Ray, they're grabbing his ass as he walks by. Not me. That's not my experience. See, I banged on the table. There you go. Oh my
They
God.
just have to see like 30 more times.
I know. I wear you down.
No, but if there's my point being like if there's a girl that is into you and you're at a bar, she's probably more likely at this point in time to go up to you.
Oh yeah, I'm not coming up to you. There's no
Exactly.
like,
I wouldn't either. I'd like just maybe look at you a couple times like, what, I got something on my face?
The
or some
amount
shit?
of
And then-
signs that women think they're giving that are the most innocuous shit I've
Yeah.
ever. I mean, you just being nice to me, and you do the same thing the cashier at the store does, and I'm supposed to know that you're into me.
Yeah.
Like, why? How am I supposed to? The Starbucks lady does that. Was she trying to bang me? How am I supposed to pick up on your ridiculous clues?
That Starbucks lady, that big black lady at your Starbucks.
Yeah.
She like wrote my name like on the cup, like
She-
have a great day. I was like,
She's the only person that doesn't say hello to me at that Starbucks. She loves you. Oh, Papa.
I went to a Dunkin' in the hood the
Hello,
other
Papa.
day, and lady with some face tattoos gave me my coffee, and she said, "Have an excellent day."
Nice.
oh.
I
So
like
you're
that.
in there.
Yeah.
That's like meeting number 30 for you. I'm already like 30
Yes.
meetings into this lady. All it took was me ordering a coffee from her. Just my voice in the drive-thru. The
And
crackle
she
voice.
was like, "Oh yeah, that's a voice I want in my bed."
Come in,
That's
mister.
a voice I want in my bed. She said.
Yep.
I'ma
Voice
put
under the
you-
bed.
All of a sudden, that Jay Holiday song started playing. I'ma put you to bed, to bed, to bed.
I don't know the song.
No, but like I was just feeling
Sing more of it.
It's like an old R&B song. It's like, I'ma put you to bed, to bed.
This is why I don't listen to R&B. It's just
I'ma
nothing I would
put
ever
you to
say,
bed.
nothing I would ever feel.
Let's see.
I get
dude.
too horny when I do.
Oh,
When
dude,
you listen to
R&B
R&B,
is
yeah.
like you throw in a little some old Keith Sweat. Nobody who could sex you like me. Nobody. I start fucking rolling and grinding. Nobody, baby. Now that's baby making music.
Nah, I'd be like doing it to like OG Bobby Johnson. Like I got
Oh, gee, Bobby Johnson.
yeah.
I like that. Ray's got Migos fight night on. All he has said. I'm gonna knock the pussy out like fight night.
Hit him with a right. Hit him with a right.
Ray's
Yeah.
like, whoo, whoo.
That's
Changing directions.
that's my shit right there. That's my shit right there.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Where we at now?
This has been a funny episode, a wild episode.
Yeah, 20 minutes of just exploiting somebody else's trauma.
Somebody else's trauma, me attacking and then trying to date Angel Reese after I
Yeah.
insulted her rebounding.
Yeah.
Then I
That's
tried to get her.
interesting.
Then I pitched a steak dinner date to Angel Reese.
Yeah, I will say Angel Reese's McDonald's meal.
It was good.
It's pretty good.
I
What
ate
was
your
it?
meal.
It was like a double quarter pounder with like bacon.
And barbecue sauce, yeah.
Yeah,
Fries and like a drink. I got
Okay.
the
pretty good.
I changed it a little bit, Angel. I apologize. I had the
I
Dr.
feel
Pepper.
like Kai
Oh,
Sanat
shit.
had the only meal where they actually did something different, though.
What
Am I
was
wrong,
Kai
or-
Sanat's?
Because they're just like, oh, like, you want a Travis Scott meal? It's like a 4-piece nugget and a quarter pounder. It's like, we already get that. Like,
Yeah,
now you're just
I-
calling it. But like the Kai Sanat one was like a Big Mac, but with chicken patties.
Oh, yeah. That is like the first thing that was.
That's like kind of different.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't order that.
It was like they took a chicken nugget and like smashed it down and made it like a flat.
That's kind of cool, you know?
It was.
dude. McDonald's making chicken cutlets in there, bro.
Yeah.
Smashing those.
It would have been
babies down.
funny if they were like the new Angel Reese meal, candy yams, collard greens. And like, you're like, all right, hold on.
Well, hold on.
All right, I don't know about all this, really.
That shit seems racial.
All right, so let's learn a little bit more about our good friend Paul over here.
Yes. Enough about.
So, what are you doing for work?
I am a substitute teacher.
Bingo.
Yes.
I've always wanted to be a teacher, so I'm kind of envious of
Yes.
It's kind of fun. The difference between a real teacher and a substitute is you have no power.
that. Okay. Do teachers have a lot of power nowadays, though?
I
I feel
would
like they
imagine
don't.
they have. This is the least amount of power teachers
They've ever
have ever
had.
had.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
argue it's probably the worst time to ever be a teacher, probably.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I haven't been a teacher for a long period of time,
Okay.
and I've only been a sub.
So you have a teaching degree.
No,
Oh. All right.
I have a college degree.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I could be doing this.
It's true.
You can work in. If you have a college degree
Yes.
and you have some teaching experience, they'll probably hire you. That's
So
just for like a
where-
charter
What do you mean?
school.
What about working as a camp counselor? Does that count?
Absolutely.
No way.
that's teaching
You was a camp
experience.
counselor?
I was a camp counselor for many years.
I was a camp counselor.
All right.
I'll be a teacher.
Yes.
How about that?
Yo, I've also
My
been
mother
camp
was a
counselor.
teacher. My dad.
No, wait, we was all campies?
Yeah, dude.
You was drinking that bug juice? Hell
I
yeah.
was, man.
All
Oh
right,
yes,
shit.
camp counselor.
I went
So
to New
how-
Hampshire for a bit.
How old are these? Wait, New Hampshire to camp council?
Well, I worked in New Hampshire as a
He
camp
went to like a
counselor.
real sleepaway camp.
Live free or die.
Yes.
You know that one.
I do.
That's New Hampshire's motto.
It's the best state.
Live free or die.
New Hampshire is like the Iowa of the Northeast.
I've been
Okay.
to New Hampshire, I think, once.
Never been.
Really, it's.
I don't
it's
think
a
they
state.
like me.
Been to New Hampshire once and Vermont once, I think.
Oh.
There's a lot of hippies in New Hampshire.
Yes. It's very hippy dippy.
Shit. Okay, so how old are these kids?
Very Subaru.
For the school that I work in,
Yep.
so I primarily work with like 6th grade
That's tough.
through 10th.
That's tough. That's tough shit right
Yeah, I'm
there. That was
gonna
a muddy
think of it.
waters right there.
Yeah, that's a terrible. That's like right at the age where they're really annoying.
Yeah. Like if you have a pimple, they're gonna tell you. If you're old, they're gonna tell you.
Oh, dude. I get reminded that I'm bald all the
Oh,
time.
Yeah, I
yeah.
assume.
I called
they're mean.
Eraserhead a lot.
Eraserhead. That's racial, I think,
Well,
right?
no, that's not racial.
I'm just
What's
fucking with
racial
you.
is a kid pointing at a whiteboard and saying, "Mr. K, this is you."
Mr. K.
Ah, interesting. Mr. K. That seems.
That's the name.
They call you Mr. K.
They do. They can't
like
pronounce my name.
They can't. Kubrak
Really?
is too much for them.
I mean, you didn't even pronounce it right.
No, I've been saying your name wrong forever.
Well, how do you say it?
Yes.
Am I saying it wrong?
Of course.
It's a weird name to say. It's Kubrak.
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 Kind of like the director, but a little different.
Yeah,
Kubrak.
Kubrak.
yeah, that's my uncle.
Standard.
Distant uncle.
What? Yeah. Your uncle faked the moon landing. Why? Tell us why your uncle deceived us and told everybody we went to the moon when he really didn't.
I mean, he's all about building our family's empire.
How could you do this to us?
Do we really care
Mr.
about
Paul
the mental
Kubrak.
well-being of the country or the
No.
world?
I
Wow.
care. I can't think of anything I care about less
Wow.
than the mental well-being of anybody else other than myself.
Have you seen A Clockwork Orange?
I have.
That is made by a man who does not care how you
No.
feel.
Right,
No.
that's true. Do you remember that scene where that guy's like getting drowned for like a minute and a half, and there's like no cuts in the scene?
That guy actually died.
Did he?
Yeah, they killed him.
No, they didn't do that.
I tell you,
That'd be cool if they.
Well, they killed his stunt double.
all I know is, all I want to do is see the 40 minutes of Eyes Wide Shut that they made him cut out of that movie and then murdered him.
Yeah,
after.
see, he goes for it. Like that scene in the Orange movie.
Yes.
There's like there's just the camera's like on a tripod. It's filming this guy. He's getting like drowned, and there's no cuts. It's just a continuous thing. And like I'm like watching. I'm like, this guy is actually dying. And now today we can't even get a dwarf to play the 7 dwarfs. Like these people, we don't even go for it anymore.
Dude,
like,
the gunshots now, they have like, I was watching some movie and I'm like, they put a fake muzzle flash on the thing. I'm like, it looks terrible.
thank you, Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Alex.
I mean,
that movie's
lady had
actually
it
coming
coming.
out now.
Oh yeah, is it?
Yeah, I want to watch it to see if you can see what
He'll
scene.
probably win an Oscar. These people.
Like,
I mean,
what's... I want to see the scene. I know they're not going to keep the one where he murders the people in it, but I want to see the scene that he was practicing for.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this was, this was the scene where, that he was practicing for, where he shot those innocent people.
That's true. They will have that.
What's more egregious? Him shooting that woman and killing her on set, or his wife's fake accent?
his wife's fake
accent. Pretending to be from Spain is way worse than murdering somebody.
Like cucumber?
Yeah. That when she pretended like she didn't know what a cucumber was, and bitch, your name is Hillary, and you went to high school in Boston. You know what a fucking cucumber is. Like, shut up.
I haven't seen this.
Oh, this bitch, she's insufferable.
So she's like a cat? If you put a cucumber in front of a cat,
Why? They don't know what it is?
they freak the fuck out.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. Like they've never seen one before.
Two things I don't like: cats and cucumbers.
I'm not a big cat person.
No, I don't like cats,
You like a
to
cat?
be honest. They bother my allergies. I don't like them.
I like cats. I used to not like cats growing up. I had dogs.
What do they do for me?
They're a very shit animal.
Do a trick for me.
They can plot and scheme.
Yeah, I
See,
don't need it.
like
I'm
that.
doing enough plotting and scheming. I don't need somebody in my house working against me.
Yes.
I'm working against me already. I don't need something else I'm feeding and paying for to be actively trying to sabotage me.
You've got it all wrong. Every great leader in the world's history has
Had a cat.
had a cat on their lap. They've had
Yeah, evil.
all the great ones.
Evil.
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 Okay,
Cat's very
It's a
evil.
little harsh.
Can you name any that are actual real people and not in a movie?
Dr. Evil.
Movie.
No,
Movie.
talking about the guy.
Oh, okay.
They based it off of the guy.
Who?
Austin Powers movies.
James Bond, right?
Yeah. You know what? Debunked.
I feel like we're not talking about the same thing.
Debunked.
Debunked.
Do you think the moon landing was fake?
Have you seen what's it called? The
Probably,
2001 Space Odyssey movie, right? You seen that?
If you told
have-
me we
have-
never went to space, I would go, that I believe.
Have you ever seen that movie?
You would instantly believe
I'd
it.
be like, okay, I could buy that. Yeah, I would.
Katy Perry just went to space.
I don't believe that. I certainly don't believe.
Yeah, but the door to the
Yes!
spacecraft was it should be in a
It's
different
supposed to be
thing.
sealed. You're not supposed to be able to open it from the inside. You could clearly see in the video them opening the door from the inside. So you're telling me they flew up to space and then crashed down through the air. And They
Yeah.
were all fine, and they with a thing that wasn't vacuum sealed closed, which you absolutely need to be in space.
Yeah, and they were in 0G, but their hair didn't go up. But the other lady who was stuck in space for 9 months doing that guy, and then Elon saved him. They would show her on camera all the time. Her hair was like
Yep.
like this, like all standing up and shit like that.
Right.
So Katy Perry, what? You're like a firework,
Yeah.
but your hair is.
I don't know. Haven't watched all the footage.
And I came in
Me
like a
neither. I'm
wrecking
just
ball.
repeating shit I saw on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
Reels.
listen,
Yeah.
I don't have any actual information, folks.
Yeah, I don't really know.
I think the shuttle that all the ladies were in, they didn't really go that far, like I don't know, away from Earth. Like they were still kind of in Earth's atmosphere.
So they were
62
still-
miles.
So according
That's
to
it.
Yeah.
according
Yeah,
to
so I don't know
you, they
how
were
the
still
group-
in the firmament, is what you're saying.
I'm not familiar with the word, but maybe.
But they were in 0G, so it's got to be pretty high.
Well, they were only in 0G for like a little bit, right?
Well, if you go, there's planes that simulate that. Like if we paid enough money, we could go up in a plane and they'll do the thing and we'll float like we're in space for a few seconds.
How the fuck are they flying if there's no gravity? Something's wrong. Something is messed up.
I don't understand any of this stuff.
I've seen those videos. They did that on like Wild Boys and Jackass and shit like that too. They take the plane, they go up really high, then everybody's floating, but they can fly the plane?
So when they do that, I believe the plane is in free fall. So it's kind of an illusion. There is gravity, but within the aircraft.
I forgot there's a teacher in the room.
Yeah.
Teach me.
So we got a real smart guy here, folks.
No. I'm a failed engineer. I'm not smart.
Well, listen.
That's okay too.
I'm a political science major, so I have no information.
Who was the guy last night who said you had an art degree?
Yeah, that was
Jason.
Bergman. Yeah, I guess but I guess because it's like a Bachelor of Arts degree. He's such a moron.
Yeah, but everything is a Bachelor of Arts degree.
I know, but he's such a fucking moron that he saw my diploma and thought that was what the degree was in. Like, he's such a fucking muppet that he saw a Bachelor of Arts and was like, oh, he got an art degree.
Yeah, I have a Bachelor of Arts.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah.
Unless you have a BS, a Bachelor of Science.
Yeah.
And I'm that community college tilt-a-world operator, had no clue that fucking,
That's so funny.
So what's your degree in if you're a teacher?
Mine is mechanical engineering.
Oh.
Mechanical?
Pretty gay.
That's what my brother-in-law
That seems
is.
intense.
Mechanical engineer.
Yeah?
Yeah. You want a
what's
job?
Do I want a job? I don't think I'd get the job.
Word.
Here, show us your knowledge.
Yeah, I don't know if he likes me enough to hook my friends up either. So
yeah. No, I don't know. I've thought about pursuing trying to like. He's got a bachelor of fucking farts, dude.
I'm sorry. I couldn't fucking hold it anymore.
it's all right. Rip and run.
We'll be right back.
I didn't mean. We were having a nice educational discussion, and I completely derailed it.
It was needed. We
That's
were
all right.
actually losing brain cells.
apologize. Yeah. So wow. So you're actually you're smart.
No. I'm a failed engineer. No, I don't know. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm dumb, but I would
You're
not.
teaching the youth. You knew more about space and gravity than we did.
That's just from what I read. That's what they wanted me to believe.
I'm not a math and science guy. I don't like it. I got no use for it.
It is gay.
Math is the worst. It's like, you're telling me I got the right answer, but I don't get all the points because my work doesn't look right? Who gives a shit? I got to the right... Who cares how I got there? I got there. You know what I mean?
I'm terrible at math. I envy people that are good at math. I want to be good at math.
I hate math.
But I'm so bad at it.
I had to have tutors to graduate.
Yes, that was the only
math.
time
That's
I ever had a tutor.
Yeah, it was math. I had to have a tutor for math. I fucking hate math. Math and
It's pretty
science
useless.
were my
It's
two.
useless
Yes,
No, science
it
is my shit.
No, I hated it.
But not that fucking
Well, I
fake
hate it.
gravity.
I love
That
No.
new age science.
Yeah, not
they try
that-
to teach
Well,
us.
I hated taking physics sucked. I hated chemistry. That's like those things
I was never
sucked.
smart enough to take physics.
We had
They didn't
to.
even let me in the
I
class.
went to a Catholic high school, and you have to you don't like it's college prep, so you don't get to like take any bullshit classes. So like freshman year you take biology, sophomore year you take chemistry, junior year you take physics, and then senior year you finally get to.
You
take
weren't allowed to
language.
drop out of shit like that?
No,
Bro, my school, like, you only had to take a certain amount of all the things. So it was like, unless you were smart and you wanted to like do something with your life, you could like take, the only thing you had to take 4 years of was gym and English.
Those are the essentials.
So yeah, kind of. So you're theoretically as a senior, you could have no language class, no history, no science, no math. And then you could just be like wood chopping and cooking
I had
food.
no science senior year, but no, I think I
Same.
still had a math.
I was one of those people.
I finally got to take electives. Like I took a current events class. Like finally.
That's why college was lit. I took so many bullshit classes, you know?
I took music business class at Bergen Community College. That was fun.
I took
cool.
food science. We were just melting butter and then like
I took
testing it.
I took food and politics class because I thought it was going to be an easy bullshit class.
Food and politics.
That ended up being the most fucking work I had. That class was miserable. It was so much work. I thought it was going to be some BS nonsense class. That lady was fucking nuts. It was a ton of work. And the worst part, there was only like 7 of us in there. And I went the first day. I got the syllabus. It was so much work. I'm like, oh, I got to get out of this. And then the lady was like, oh, you can't drop it because if you drop the class, then they're going to cancel the whole thing. So she tricked me.
Oh.
She goes, I was going to leave, but then they would have canceled it. So she basically gives me like the nod, but if you stay, I'll make sure you do all right.
Yeah.
Total deceived me. I thought I was just going to have to show up and not do any work, and she was going to give me a B because I was going to keep the class from being canceled. No, she lured me.
Bitch.
And I ended up having to do all the work. It was I have a Tumblr because of this still. I get reminders of my Tumblr. I have a food and politics blog on Tumblr that's now 15 years old.
Wait, how are those combined? What they're asking you to recite the Constitution with French fries?
Yeah.
It's like you learn about the politics that goes into food and like the FDA and like all sorts of stuff, like learning about like how like Smithfield hams, like the ham thing, like they're horrible violators. But
so they did like the Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben shit.
But this is like actual shit that matters, not the fucking what the mascot looks like.
This
is like health code violations.
Big Ben is essential to the American economy.
This is like they've got like. To the point where they have to bus workers in from other states because nobody that lives around there will work there anymore because of how bad the conditions are and the people get sick so badly. And they figured out that to fix all the problems would be this amount of millions, right? But the fines, by not fixing them, only equal this amount of millions. So it's cheaper for them to just pay the fines every year than to actually fix the problems. So they're just destroying the local environment, killing all the people that work there, and they just pay a fine because it's just cheaper than fixing everything. You learn that kind of shit. And then they play a documentary that's supposed to make you never eat meat again. Doesn't work on me.
Didn't work.
That shit never works on me.
Super Size Me was a little convincing. They made us watch that in school.
I never watched it.
He's dead?
He's dead.
Oh.
Fuck, you think they're related?
Ronald McDonald shot him in the head.
Oh. There was that part of the documentary where they interviewed his wife. They're like, yeah, he's eating so much hamburgers, he doesn't even get hard anymore.
That's part of the documentary?
Yeah.
Dude.
He did it again a few years ago because I guess he had nothing else going on, so he tried to like redo it.
It's like, let me just drop the Carter too.
I'm pretty sure he's dead. Let me fact check here before I tap dance on his grave.
Yeah, he was actually with all the women that were shot into space.
You think that moon landing was fake?
Before
I say anything more, let me just say I totally don't give a shit.
Wow, he got
like I don't care if they go to the moon, if they're there right now. I don't know why we're even going to the moon. There are people starving right now in my neighborhood. Maybe not my neighborhood, but by your neighborhood, you live in Newark, and we're going to space. I don't understand it. I like to punch Neil deGrasse Tyson in the head. And what do you call it? So, what do you think?
I think the moon landing was real. Do I think we
Look
should?
at this goddamn government cuck on here.
Yeah,
you government shill fuck! How dare you?
Hey, they pay me a lot of money to say that.
My parents get so mad if I'm ever like the moon landing was fake because they were like around for it. So they're like, "What are you talking about? It was on TV." And I'm like,
well, if it was on TV, then it must have happened, right?
But yeah, I think like
so is the Flintstones.
Yeah,
like by the same logic, those the Flintstones. No offense.
Bro,
I didn't mean to attack your family. My dad's the same way.
No, it's okay. Somebody probably should attack them.
My dad and mom have no patience for my fucking like conspiracy nonsense either.
I need to hear more conspiracy. I was in a break room at a school I was working in. And there's teachers in the break room, right? Everyone thinks like teachers are smart, right?
No.
I'm in the break room and this lady's like, yeah, man, it's just so obvious that they're controlling the weather.
Ooh.
And look, I'm not saying that
The small hats.
it doesn't happen, right? I don't know. I think the likelihood's pretty low, but I don't know. This person was a teacher, so you're like,
She thinks they're straight up controlling it, or they can manipulate the weather, or she was a little bit of A and B.
she's saying that they were currently controlling the weather. To that, I was like, then
Who?
how
the
did
Jews?
I don't know.
Oh,
She didn't specify.
It's just
who.
they. It's just they.
it's always they.
Yeah, well, that's how you stay out of trouble. You can very much stay out of trouble by using a they instead of a very specific.
Dude, what was the thing a few years ago where the Republican lady said something about Jewish lasers?
LASIK? I don't know. A lot of Jewish ophthalmologists.
Well, there's levels of conspiracy. There's we didn't go to the moon, and then there's Katy Perry is actually John Benet Ramsey. Like what?
John Benet Ramsey. Why does that name ring a bell?
She
Yeah,
was
who
like
is
the
that?
murdered child, and then people are like, it's really Katy Perry is actually John Benet Ramsey. It's like there's many layers of.
Could you
conspiracy.
imagine the comeback story to go from missing girl to
murdered to #1 Billboard sensation? Yeah, that's pretty
perform
cool.
at the Super Bowl?
Like the
Shit.
ages don't match up. It doesn't really work, but and then there's the Paul McCartney is really dead. The real Paul McCartney died in like the 60s in a car accident. It's a fake Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are some other ones? I mean,
Michelle Obama is actually just Gary Coleman or whatever that guy's name
Gary
is.
Coleman, the guy that sells grills?
No,
No.
that's
R.I.P. Gary Coleman.
That's
You're
fucking
talking about
George Floyd.
Foreman. George Foreman.
Oh, I thought
We're
that
on
was
this-
George Floyd. No, I thought that was George
George
Floyd.
Floyd's grill.
I thought that's
bro.
why they were so mad at him. They're like, we want this grill money. I don't know.
That's why he was pissed. He's
Yeah.
like, dude, I gotta go to a convention.
Can't
Promote my
pull me
grills.
over. I have all this grill money. I can't be pulled over.
These grills in the back. I can't. Just
Why would I be using a fake 20 at the store with all my grill money? Is that's what George Foreman was saying?
Counterfeit grill. All wall. So, shit.
There's lots of conspiracy. I love a conspiracy.
So I saw that movie, The
What
Space Odyssey, the Stanley
Okay.
Kubrick.
Yes.
Came out 2 years before the moon landing.
Mm-hmm.
Did it?
2 years before.
Okay.
And they opened the movie, well, maybe not open, but like 10 minutes into the movie, they got this space sequence where they show the moon and planets and stuff like that. And you're like, that really looks like that freaking Venus shit. Right? And then in my head, I'm like, the proof is in the pudding, It's like he filmed the moon in 1967 for the movie, made it look real, people in space. 2 years later, they land on the moon, very similar aperture or camera, and could be fake.
Again, who's outside of the ship filming him when he gets out?
That's what,
I'm curious, who is that?
Yeah, somebody just went
Oh,
up
you mean
there
like
and a
the-
rogue
yeah.
photographer. Nobody knows his name.
He's
That
the first guy in
you
space
can,
then.
You can set up cameras
in space.
on the outside of the.
So you're saying they
Spaceship.
left the ship, set up the camera, went back in the ship, and then pretended to go out the first time?
Or there could have already been a camera set up on the outside.
On the
of ship.
moon?
No, on the.
Yeah, but we have footage of the guy getting out, right?
For the first time.
But so
allegedly.
there was actually a photographer that got out first, and they were like, "Your name means nothing. Just film this guy, and we're gonna act like he was the first one that stepped out."
I mean, yeah, you're not going to give credit to the photographer.
Well,
They probably ejected him to save fuel
Yeah.
afterwards.
But still, it's like in 1969,
And then I heard
they
some
had,
bullshit that
they had
you're like,
Bluetooth or something.
oh, they had a camera attached to the outside. So how are you operating it? How are you turning it on to film from the gadgets inside the remote control? You flew to space with a fucking camcorder hanging off the edge of it? How did it go? Tell me how it went.
Well, you know how
makes my head hurt.
there's people they're filming their daily routine, but you don't see them setting up all their shit. Like they gotta find a place to put their phone. They gotta tuck it in the cupboard somewhere.
You're very pro moon landing.
Yeah.
So
He's a
moon
real
landing-
government shill.
Neil Armstrong
know,
is probably from Iowa.
Would you apply for a job at NASA? Don't worry. We won't,
Captain Kirk is from Iowa.
Iowa.
Is he?
Yes,
Okay, there's your guy.
that's our guy,
What's his name again? Neil Patrick Harris or something?
William Shatner.
William Shakespeare.
Yeah, William.
All right.
Bill
William
Shakespeare.
Shatner's-
It's Bill Shakespeare.
So with the moon landing, I just think if it was faked, you would have to.
Why don't we ever go back then? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
We go back a few times.
You know, they say that we don't have the technology to go back now. Like we couldn't get back.
True. That's not true. We send shit to space all the time.
I annoyed my dad because we were at this aerospace museum and there was like a guy that was working there, like talking about the space. And I just kept being like, well, how can we never go back? I just kept hammering him with moon questions. Fucking being like, fucking just hammering this guy. And he's getting like so like, just fucking working this thing, guy. Leave me alone.
He's like, I just work here. I don't know shit
it's like
about
like me at the bait. Like if you ask me questions about I'm like, I don't fucking know. I just fucking work here, bro. Leave me alone. Like,
you're like digging up a negative article of Neil Armstrong. You're like, is this your god?
And I was like, well, how? I'm like, I love the guy who chases Neil Armstrong around with a Bible. He's like, well, if you went, take this $500, put your hand on the Bible, and swear on your wife and kids you went to the moon. And he won't swear on the Bible.
Yeah, he won't.
Why won't he swear on the Bible, Paul?
I don't know, man. I don't work for NASA.
You've been chilling for them, so you do. So tell us. Government Iowa shill, Paul.
So I don't know. I think it's harder to fake it though. You'd have to.
Now we know how he got here so quick. He lives in my FBI smart city.
Oh yeah, this neighborhood's a psyop.
I live in a FEMA camp. I have been sequestered in a FEMA camp. I don't know it. Everybody else that lives here are FBI handlers. That's why I only see the same 5 people in shifts.
Are you Truman showing me?
This guy is only his shift's the morning and the afternoon. Then the lady with the dog has the evening.
Yeah.
Then and they're basically just allowed to go out to do my job and to do open mics, and they let me come back. And they're like, he doesn't even know he's stuck in this camp.
They just let you watch fucking conspiracy things.
Yeah, they're like, give him his YouTube. There's a Starbucks and over there, a Dunkin' over there, a Chipotle. He doesn't need anything else. We let him out to these open mics. He comes right back. He doesn't even know he's in jail. It's even better. We got him locked in. He doesn't go anywhere.
They just let you get really good at bowling.
Yep. They're
like, open mics at jail.
They're like, open mics and to go bowling. That's what we let him do. And then we figured out that's enough activity where he won't be suspicious.
How brilliant. I like that plan. This is a psyop, though.
It's definitely a psyop. Don't forget to get your Dubai chocolate. Now sponsored by Dubai Chocolate.
Final thoughts and grievances. Paul, how you feeling over
Lots
there?
of grievances, Paul.
Feeling good. I'm thinking about Greenland for some reason.
Why Greenland right now? Now, Greenland's more like Iceland. Iceland more like Greenland. Tell us about it.
You're thirsty for power.
Someone's got to get in there.
Yeah.
There's
all that green that we could have.
Yes.
We could be that green.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they have enough, I think their walls aren't big enough. They're not being well defended.
Where the hell is Greenland anyway?
It's up by Santa's place.
The North Pole?
Yes.
That can't be true. Can it?
Now, what's more likely? Is Santa's real or that we went to the moon?
Ooh.
Santa, clearly.
No, Santa was real but he lived he died at 60. But he was real.
Where's he from?
Greece or something?
Greece?
No, Germany?
There's definitely not Greece. They're not working in Greece. No, they would like the idea of one day a year you have to work. So maybe he is Greece. It's like one day a year he's like, fine, I'll do something. They were kicked out. They were almost kicked out of the European Union because nobody in Greece wanted to have a job. 30-year-olds wanted to live off of everybody working in Germany and England.
See, I think he was from Greece.
They love butt sex and oil and not working. That's what they love in Greece.
Dude, I fucking love Santa.
Do you?
What a great character.
Yeah.
Very good. A lot of black Santas at CVS though. Come Christmas time.
I don't really like.
No, I'm not saying I can't.
No, it's funny. Like people get angry at white Santa. I'm like, if Santa, I wouldn't give a shit. I don't know.
They took James Bond. Take Santa too. Yeah. I don't give a shit.
Did they take James Bond?
I'd suck everything.
They've taken everything from us.
NASA?
I don't know. I don't know who they are.
NASA
turns Santa
The Brazilians have taken everything from us.
That's true. Amen. That's damn Greeks.
Those damn Greeks.
Dude, when My
Yogurt
CVS
and
near
butt
me,
sex.
so many black Santas. Not a single white Santa in my
I bet
CVS.
your
Yeah.
CVS is very.
But Mrs. Claus is still white though
Yeah,
for some
definitely.
Yeah,
she's
she's-
a snow bunny for sure.
She's got a fat ass though.
Yeah, she got a donk?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's an IG baddie.
Yeah,
Mrs. Paws.
Mrs. Paws, Mrs. Pogs.
Now we're talking.
Who was it that didn't? I had to explain what a pog was to somebody.
I don't know what it
recently.
is.
Oh, it's fat ass
ass.
white girl.
Okay, Pog. Got it.
Pogs. I like me a pog, a fat ass white girl.
It's too close to my name though.
Yeah,
Pog.
Pog. Yeah, Paul likes pogs.
Oh, but that could be a good pickup line. Hey, my name's Paul. You're Pog.
Yeah, Paul loves pogs.
Let's get kicked out of a bar sometime.
Yeah, hey, gonna get
Yes.
kicked out of a bar sometime. Would that
Is
work?
this you? Was this your conversation?
No.
With who?
Oh,
The text message
No,
exchange.
no. I would never have that much game. The audacity.
Yeah,
Yeah, you couldn't pull it off.
I know.
I'm just a question whore. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's
Like, hey, like, how are you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. How old is your cat?
Yeah, that's all I know. how to
What
do.
breed? How where'd you get? Like, I just
Yo, people with their animals,
I'm like
they love to talk
ChatGPT,
about
really.
the breed, bro.
yeah.
Like, somehow, whenever someone gets a dog, they're like, they know all this shit about their dog's genetics.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about myself.
I don't even care about the answers. I just have nothing to say, so I just keep asking.
Yeah, I don't have.
That's so
anything, like-
interesting. How is what color is the cat? And then they send the picture. I'm like, wow, you got him all by yourself or something? I have nothing.
Dude.
What
What are
if
less
ChatGPT
emojis, more emojis?
Oh, a
What?
lot of emojis. That's half the text.
I wonder if ChatGPT can be good
It's
for
like,
like.
I love cats, and then they all say like the tiger emoji, the cat emoji. This is one of these.
Then
like
I
a
have to start
lifting.
looking up things to talk about, like look up. I'm like, all right, let me start looking things up about cats, and I can
People
like,
magazine says
Yeah.
having a
Yeah.
cat can reduce your stress.
Yeah, hey, according to this. But do you find it helpful to do this with your cat when it does not feel good? Did you know that tickling your cat's ear can relieve its stress?
There was actually cats in ancient Egypt. Did you know that?
They think it's ChatGPT, but it's actually Brett. He has all this fucking knowledge.
Random knowledge.
That's how he talks.
We're gonna wrap this up.
This is me telling her about Little Peep.
I have a headache and I have to pee, so I need like a 5-minute
Can
break.
we watch?
Maybe we'll do.
That's the question. Can
You
we
want to
watch?
watch my headache?
Yes. I want to
Um,
watch your headache and listen to you pee. That's
Okay,
the
I'll
gayest
keep the
thing I've ever
microphone.
said on this show.
But it was on
top 3.
Yeah. Actually,
It's
there's
true.
a lot of gay hijinks on this podcast.
Like, subscribe, CO16, Paul Kubrak.
The Great Paul,
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
the
having me.
King of
on.
Iowa in the flesh.
Yeah, and then we'll see you again. We might do an episode after this, but we also might just get Chipotle.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a week to find out which happened.
Yep.
Enjoy that.
The suspense
below.
will kill you, I'm sure.
Iowa, Jesus, pickup lines, and
The moon
Caitlin
landing.
Clark.
so
and
is
Angel
iced
Reese.
coffee still gay or is it cool now?
It's very cool.
You've reflected. It's been an hour.
I've reflected. I'm now pro iced coffee.
Okay,
All
good.
right.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your iced coffee. And
the
wait, I have
finals.
one more question actually. You guys got like a gay pride flag in the classroom?
Yeah, do you? Or yes or no?
Let's leave it at this.
I think every once in a while you'll see some rainbows, but I don't
Not the flag.
think there's not just like a ton of pictures of like, diagrams on how to get a sex change when you're 10. Like there's not a lot of
There
that
should
in the
be.
classroom.
Nothing
There
like
should
my
be.
school.
Yeah.
All right.
I wish I got a sex change. Is there time? Can I still get one?
Yeah.
Definitely, bro.
Do I have the frame to pull
Yeah,
off a sex change?
Yeah, we can get
We
some
could get
tips
you
on
some estrogen. We can get some estrogen on the episode. Give you some of that.
Well, you're sponsored by that, right?
We are sponsored by that.
By estrogen.
That would be a
Pills.
sick sponsor.
Thank you.
Could you imagine?
Sponsored by
The
Dylan
outreach.
Mulvaney.
Yeah, most of our audience has tits now, so
And they're mostly guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of fat men as audience.
yeah. How about
A
that?
lot of plumpers like me. I bring in a fat crowd, apparently.
Yeah. Tell you what, I need some testosterone to grow some fucking hair.
Our
You know how it
audience
works?
basically just look like NASCAR fans.
Yeah. That's the thing is like fat people don't like other fat people. We're not like a community group. Like I don't like, you know, like it's normally like it kills me. Like she's like the only other fat person like I think I get along with.
Yeah. That's why the F never gets involved with the LGBTQ plus A. And they have like every other letter, but they're like never let the F's in.
No.
Because then they'll also think it means I get.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've had enough.
Did you say French baguette?
French baguette, maggot, saget.
French baguette.
Oh, R.I.P. Bob Saget, by the way.
Yes.
We haven't talked about this yet.
No.
Dude.
R.I.P. Bob.
Golf.
Yeah, why is there golf on my TV? I feel humiliated that there's golf on my television.